What's good, people? How is it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please do subscribe down below, smash the like, hit the bell. Those things help out a lot. YouTube does notify people when we upload, so just make sure you hit that bell. Anyway guys, today we got a dope episode for you. It's all about Miracle Grow, and a lot of people ask about Miracle Grow. So in today's episode, we're gonna answer your questions. Now I know, when you're starting off your very own organic garden, you may be curious if certain fertilizers are safe to use. Miracle Grow is commercially available and easily accessible for a lot of people. So you may be wondering if it's safe given its popularity. But little might you know, Miracle Grow is a super controversial topic. Like Miracle Grow is everywhere. It's all too common in the aisles of any garden store, grocery stores. You see it literally everywhere. But is it truly as miraculous as the name would have you think? Do they make your flourish, or do they kill the soil life? Wash out into the watershed and end up into your food? Who knows? So in today's episode, I'm going to break down everything when it comes to Miracle Grow. But before we get into that, guys, just want to let you know Dino Myco's got some awesome mycorrhizal inoculants. Definitely check it out. You can use the discount code ICANTHC420 and grab a discount on Amazon and their official website. Trust me fam, this shit is explosive. You won't regret it. And speaking of discount codes, guys, you can use the discount code ICANTHC and get a discount on all Mars Hydro products on their official website, man. All grow equipment, discount is available on it. And they've always got sales going on, man, so definitely check that out. Win-win, right? Now without further ado, guys, let's get into today's episode. Yes guys, so when it comes to Miracle Grow, this video is literally not intended to shame anyone for using Miracle Grow, because I've used it before. It's not like if you're using Miracle Grow, all of a sudden your stuff will just flop over and die. Like that's not how it works. I've had some awesome results when it comes to the Miracle Grow, but there are a few things that you just want to be aware of, and there are a lot of different reasons why people frown on it. Now for a lot of organic growers, anything with the Miracle Grow label should be avoided entirely. At least that's what they say. From bag potting soil to garden soil, the shake and feed blue stuff pot, and yes, even their so-called organic Miracle Grow products, those should also be avoided. Now the concept behind Miracle Grow is a great one. It makes gardening effortless for everyone. Even those with the most challenging gardens that use Miracle Grow will have a widely successful garden season. But Miracle Grow does this by outsourcing the jobs of naturally occurring soil microbes and leaving plant nutrition up to water-soluble synthetic fertilizers. Now these water-soluble fertilizers are heavy in salt, and those are harmful to the soil microbes, the living, breathing organisms that have an actual job of providing nutrients to your plants. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of growers use salts and there's nothing wrong with that. But Miracle Grow supplies an enormous amount of readily available nitrogen for plants so that they'll grow big, bushy, green, and fast. Now the problem with Miracle Grow is that the nitrogen is derived from synthetic ammonium and water-soluble nitrates, and that produces off chemicals that are harmful to the soil microbes. They're also harmful to the worms and all of the life forms in the soil. Miracle Grow is so strong that if it's used incorrectly, the fertilizer will actually burn the leaves and the roots, and some of you may have already experienced this. So if that's what it's doing to the plants, imagine what it's doing to the healthy bacteria, fungi, and other soil microbes that are working hard to provide the nutrients that your plant needs. So a lot of potting mixers will have these synthetic fertilizers mixed in, and even some of the Miracle Grow fertilizers. You know those little blue crystals? Those are derived from copper sulfate. Now for most of us, copper sulfate is not something that you hear quite often, or that you add to your garden quite often as an input. Is it? Except as a fungicide. If you don't have fungal blight, which is a serious plant disease, you shouldn't really be using copper sulfate in your garden. And even then, I'd probably argue that there are better solutions than a fungicide to deal with your fungal blight problem. Fungicide will effectively kill all the positive fungal connections in the soil as well. And copper sulfate is literally also a bactericide, which inevitably makes it incredibly harmful to soil life. Now a lot of the Miracle Grow products have high levels of salt, which over time strip your soil of its natural nutrients and prevent plants from absorbing them, which causes different types of burn, lawn burn, plant burn, all sorts of burn. Now for that reason alone, a lot of eager novice growers who overfeed, bad luck. And for those eco-conscious persons out there, Miracle Grow releases more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere than organic fertilizers do. Now plants grow super fast with Miracle Grow, and one of the reasons is that it provides an insane amount of nitrogen to plants so that they grow big, bushy, and green. But a lot of people don't know that Miracle Grow can also be harmful to human health. The main ingredient in synthetic fertilizers like Miracle Grow are urea nitrogen and ammonium sulfate. When those are exposed to air, those compounds create a toxic greenhouse gas that damages the human lungs. Nitrogen can literally build up in your body when it's not detoxified fast enough by the liver, and that can lead to major health problems. Not to mention, Miracle-Gro is full of heavy metals like arsenic, mercury, and lead. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want any of that junk on my hands, in my garden, or in my body, dude. I'm good. Now, a big one for a lot of people is that it also pollutes the waters. Like, did you guys know that synthetic agricultural fertilizers are one of the main culprits of our polluted streams, rivers, lakes, and oceans? When there's heavy rains, agricultural fertilizers run off into streams, lakes, and eventually make it into the oceans. Those high nitrogen fertilizers are critically harmful to fish and other marine life. It literally just causes algae to grow in excess. Large expanses of algae, like huge ones, those are known as algae blooms. They grow so thick towards the ocean surface, and then they block sunlight that's required by the other marine life to survive. I'm sure some of you guys know about the Gulf of Mexico that has thousands of kilometers or more of dead zone, literally just caused by algae, man. Dead zone. Those algae blooms are all caused by fertilizers used on conventional farms running off into streams that feed into the Mississippi River. If you don't believe me, research it yourself. Now, another downside of Miracle-Gro is the massive fossil fuel use. Fossil fuels are the key input into synthetic nitrogen fertilizer. Now, don't get me wrong, everything on Earth is technically a chemical in the context of biochemistry, but synthetic chemicals are a whole different ballgame. Like synthetic nitrogen fertilizer, for example, was synthesized by German scientists during World War I for use as ammunition and explosives, dude. Now, fossil fuels are the key input into synthetic nitrogen fertilizer. Anyone concerned about climate change or environmental sustainability probably doesn't want to use synthetic fertilizers once they realize how much energy it actually takes to produce. Creates a huge carbon footprint, dude. Now, if you want to get an understanding of the difference between synthetic and organic fertilizers, I did a whole video on that, so you definitely check it out. But this video is more centered around the Miracle-Gro, which is some seriously powerful and controversial stuff. Now, when it comes to organics, soil microorganisms are actually like below ground nutrient factories, and they keep the nutrient cycling of minerals in check for the plants to eat. That's why most people recognize healthy soil as being rich, dark, full of life, earthworms, microbes, all that stuff. Now, these ecosystems actually provide food through complex biochemical cycles, and that's been going on for centuries, fam. Now, when synthetic chemical fertilizers are introduced, they actually alter and inhibit these natural microbial cycles that are so vital to the health. Think of it this way, it's like a freaking IV drip. Modern synthetic fertilizers like Miracle-Gro is literally like an IV drip of nutrients. If you think about it, an IV drip injects nutrients and drugs directly into your bloodstream when you're sick at the hospital. All of that stuff bypasses your digestive system because it doesn't go through your mouth or your stomach and your intestines and stuff like it usually would. And in that case, you sort of become dependent on the IV. Well, guess what? That modern synthetic nitrogen is like that IV, and the soil is like the external digestive system. When we feed synthetic fertilizers like Miracle-Gro, we're actually bypassing the digestive system. It might give them a quick boost, but at the cost of long-term health of the soil, the food, and the ecosystem. So is Miracle-Gro organic? Well, the shorter answer is no. Standard Miracle-Gro all-purpose plant food fertilizers are synthetic, and a lot of them are toxic to organic gardens. Other companies started to branch off and offer some organic approved products. It's really up to you to make the decision if you want to support them. But there are a lot of other companies out there that you can support that do the right thing for the fam. I've heard great things about Neptune's Harvest, Plant Success Organics, Down to Earth, Gaia Green, Soham Living Soil. There's a lot of options, guys. Just research your fertilizers and amendments with the OMRI approved for organic production seal. OMRI stands for the Organic Materials Review Institute, which is an Oregon-based nonprofit that reviews and certifies inputs for USDA certified organic production. Stick with the real fertilizers and not homemade options like Epsom salt. But the great thing about organic is that there are a lot of options widely available. You can use high quality compost, which is homemade or locally sourced. You can use worm castings. You can use fish and kelp based fertilizers. You can use kelp meal, bone meal, blood meal, feather meal, alfalfa meal. Mycorrhizal inoculants like diamico are freaking amazing. You can even use leaf mulch, which technically is not a fertilizer, but if you learn how to use it properly, it'll add incredible organic matter, worms, and microbes to your garden, dude. So all that said, I think it's safe to say that Miracle-Gro has attracted some flack over the years for different reasons, as you guys can clearly see. Now, like I said, I've used them and I've had okay results, and you can get by, but it's not the best option. So I guess the biggest question is, do you give a damn? Do you guys give a damn? If you do, then I suggest you spend your money like you do. Feed your plants like you do. Feed your plants like you give a damn. Feed yourself and your family like you give a damn. You're obviously watching this video because you give a damn, right? Now, the greatest thing we can do is educate ourselves to share the knowledge with others in a respectful way, and that's what I try to do with you guys. Now, I've been getting some hate on my videos lately, but the love is overwhelming. So as you guys always say, F the haters. If you got haters, you're doing something right. But anyway, smash the like button for some freaking amazing organic gardens. Don't forget to hit the bell. But wait, first, check out this video right here and this video right here, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace, fam.